I am still very comfortably in my blush loving era. So when I saw this new release, I was like, excuse me, do I need you? No. Do I want you? Yeah, absolutely. This is a new blush trio coming to one size. That's Patrick Starr's brand. And it's coming on the 9th of February. So very, very soon. A massive thank you to Makeup On Your Radar for the information on this. However, can I just talk about the name? I don't know how to pronounce this. Gworly Pop, G-W-O-R-L-Y pop. I can get the pop bit, but my mouth can't fit around the way that the letters have formed. My ancestors are just sitting here kind of going, how? How do we pronounce this? This does not resemble any sort of language that we have ever seen before. Which, fair, but I think I need some lessons on how to pronounce this. A massive thank you to Makeup On Your Radar for the information on this. Let's discuss it. So as I said, this is coming out on the 9th of February, and I assume it's going to be the same price as their previous ones, which is $38. Let's be real, that's rather spendy, but you do get 0.38 ounces of product, and you get 3 different types. So up at the top, you see that there's a cream, and that's kind of protected by this fabulous plastic flippy thing. Then you have a matte, and then you have like a glowy highlighty powder, which will give you more of a glowy blush. I definitely feel like pink blushes are way more in these days. Like I have seen an onslaught of these and I'm not against it. I quite like it myself. I think it's so smart to have 3 different formulas because otherwise, you know, when you look at that and kind of go, oh my God, it's $38, you'd be like, oh, why is it so expensive? But when you see that mixture of formulas, the fact that you have packaging that's separating out things like the cream from the powder, it starts to kind of make a little bit more sense. And can I just say, I love Patrick's face here because he's just like, I'm so excited. And I'm like, I would be too if I made something that pretty. Now, I will say that picture kind of washes it out a little bit more. So I would love to see some swatches of this. Is it as like berry pink as it looks in the previous pictures? I really hope so. And it looks that way when you look at it online. At the moment, I can't find any swatches on it, but I gotta say, it looks really pretty. And I do have one of his blush trios so far, and I have to say, it is very pretty. I will say that a little goes a long way. You don't need a lot. Unless you're like cool with going with the 80s vibe of being very blush heavy, in which case, go for it. But you don't need a lot. So, in true blush fashion, this is going to last you quite some time. You could probably pass it on to your children. Although maybe don't do that with a cream product. Who knows? However, we are left with the burning question. How the hell do you pronounce Gworly Pop? Gworly Pop? Gworly Pop? I honestly have no idea. I have to say though, I like the product. I think it's very nice. Do I need it? I absolutely don't. I have so many blushes at this point, and I like recently got the Jordana Tisha blushes, which have like a cream and a powder. So I do not need this, and I need to have that as my mantra of like, you don't need it, you don't need it, you don't need it. You have 2 cheeks. Well, you technically have more, but seriously, you don't need that much blush. But I do think it is very nice, and I feel like he's just like slowly extending and expanding on his lines, and I think that's very smart. There's a lot of like really positive reviews of this type of product. So I think that's really great. And I feel like this will work on a lot of skin tones. Let me know what you think. Are you interested in this? And most importantly, please tell me, how do I pronounce Gworly Pop? Seriously, how?